Welcome back, everybody, to Dangerous to Society. I'm back after a long time, like a month and a half. I'm here back with Trevor. Say hello, Trevor. Okay, so Trevor's fucking playing a didgeridoo. Fuck. I'm also here with other Trevor, which we call Panda or T-Kib.
Rip.
We'll probably just be calling you T-Kib through this entire thing, because if I say Trevor and Trevor, it's going to get confusing for not just me, but people who don't know you. Isn't that right, Trevor? No, not you. No, I'm joking. And I'm also here with Brian.
That was a long and drawn out laugh.
Yeah, we're also joined here by Brian, who we
hate
also call
all of you.
we also call Doom. Brian has probably the most poor mic in our group,
Nice and early.
and so Panda, do you have a story you want to start us out off, or Trevor, do you have one?
Like T-Coop, go first.
All right. Well, so you know about the new iPhone X, right?
Yes, I hate it so much.
Oh boy, the $1,000 price point in Australia right now, it's going for 1,829 didgeridoos. I think that's what the currency is called.
Didgeridoos? The fuck?
No, it's dollar
Yes.
dues.
Trevor, no, it's
Dollary dues.
clearly they go by fucking kangaroo pouches. That's how they fucking charge, man.
I thought the currency was in "Please don't murder me" because they're a group of. Yeah.
My cousin's married to somebody who's from Australia.
I figured it was something like Survivor. You just got money for every day you stay alive.
No, that's Switzerland. That's monthly.
Oh,
I mean,
that
I
was-
heard that's how it works in Hawaii with their socialism. You don't even need an identification to get Social Security there.
Hawaii has a rodent problem.
Yeah.
Like they have such a big problem because they have these these fucking
James,
like things.
Rodents have a Hawaii problem. They can't get away from it.
The rodents were brought in to eat the cockroaches,
Hey,
and then they
hey,
fucking
man.
just didn't, and they ate other things like chickens, and then they can't get rid of the fucking things because nothing wants to eat them.
Hey, man, when you're stuck at the luau because you're fucking drunk, you might as well just make a fucking party out of it.
Okay.
So, T-Kip, is that all you wanted to say? Was like, have you heard about the iPhone X?
I mean, that's all I have. If you want to come back to me, sure.
I mean,
How about them Knicks?
would you just
Man.
fucking say?
how about them opossums?
How about them Cleveland Steamers? Oh wait, that's not a team, is it?
How about my wife and her drinking problems?
How
Fucking-
about St. Louis and continuously trying to burn this motherfucker down?
How about Detroit? That's slowly becoming a ghost town.
Detroit's already a ghost town. Nobody
People
fucking
don't
lives
move
there.
to Detroit. They rather move to Jersey.
Is it a ghost? Is it a ghost town because no one's there, or just because the people who go there tend to become ghosts?
A little bit of both, Trevor. It's like Chicago in that regard, isn't it?
Well, it's kind of like St. Louis. At night, everybody's perfectly cool, or in the morning, everybody's perfectly cool, but at night, all of a sudden, it's time to burn this motherfucker down.
Yeah, I can agree
Oh
with that.
man.
So talking about the iPhone X, Panda, fucking, I love
Yep.
how they're like, we took away the home button, we took away the aux like import, I guess. I don't know, fucking. But I remember I was reading a thing and it was just a joke, and it's like the iPhone X2, it's a box, it's just a box. Give us your money.
Honestly, I think it's gonna be one of the biggest flops Apple's ever had.
They're like, it's a new product. It's like, it's a new product with the glass back. Like, you have less shit on the phone, and it's like, what's the point? It's like, with Android, you also get what? You get
Oh,
face
God.
recognition and a home button, right?
Good luck trying to watch videos because there's a solid black bar that's not gonna go away because I decided to curve the monitor up.
Yeah. People were talking about that. They're like, it's a weird cropping. And there's some people who are like, oh, you can do a payment thing with it, and that's fine. You can do payment, and it's like, I'll take payments out on a car, not a phone.
Yeah.
Like, why am I paying?
Well, don't you know there's an app to have a car now?
Yeah, there's a couple of things for that. I realized I was talking really loud, like I was watching my mic levels, so I'm gonna try and bring that down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, so is this an
Damn,
ASMR
James.
podcast now?
Yeah, we're just gonna talk real nice. I'm gonna
We're
here's a
just gonna
fidget
whisper
spinner.
in the mic. We're just gonna like do stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Where's
and
my
then we're gonna-
rappers? I'm gonna go ahead and make some crinkling sounds.
All right, let's Trevor.
What?
Trevor.
Yeah.
Tell us a story.
Once upon a time,
No, I mean like a story that you brought. I know this was last minute, but you know,
Last minute,
All right.
I literally got on and got dragged into this.
you did. I needed people to do this, and
well,
Ian
we
said-
shanghaied you because we needed a fourth,
Yeah, it's like League of Legends, except probably more entertaining.
and you probably owe James something. So,
I don't know. I think my debt's actually the biggest in the
Which-
group.
Yeah.
which
I was
by
gonna say,
the
I think it's
transitive
actually
property
James.
means that you owe me.
Pretty sure at this point I own his soul.
Well, you're gonna have to fight for it.
I'll fight the devil. I already stuck my penis in that motherfucker's ass. one
Fucking,
time.
you're gonna have to fight Trevor for
This
me. You're gonna have to fight
video is
Panda.
getting demonetized so
It's okay. I
hard.
brought Armathy.
I think you have to fight Jake. SK,
I'll
you
just
have to
follow
fight him.
them all
A lot
home
of
and
people
shit in
bought
their
me
driveway.
things, and I'm in like that. I'm in that debt zone where it's like I'm in like national debt zone where I'll never pay it back. You know, like I'm at that point.
Hey James, would you like today's story to be calculating how much you owe me?
No,
Oh man.
please no.
Oh
we
god.
we could make a few hours out of that one.
We could. I mean, you gave me a fucking old phone when I last saw you, which I've been using to great use.
That's actually probably gonna be one of the least ticket items, but for the pizza that we had at the
shit.
fucking on the boardwalk actually cost more than that phone.
Oh
I thought
man.
you said you almost got you thought you had food poisoning from that pizza, right?
No, as it turns out, apparently my body just decided it doesn't like buffalo sauce anymore. So
Trevor.
like, I had these chicken buffalo anytizers, right?
Yeah.
Oh
And then
boy.
fucking every 5 minutes, I was like, well, time to expel water from my anus.
Speaking of time to expel water from my anus, how about our sponsors, Audible.com?
We're not sponsored by them. Don't give them a free sponsor. Fuck, if they want a sponsor, they can pay me.
No,
Fucking, I will
James,
talk shit
James,
on them until they do.
James, they can pay me.
Look, by the transitive property, we're all getting paid.
Oh god.
Fucking shit. It's like people being like, oh, Squarespace is like, that's fucking great. Fucking, I wish I got paid by a website.
Anyway, so you wanted a story. Here's a story.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe that's just a bad batch, or like my stomach just acted weird. So I ate the same kinds of antihisers again. Same thing happened the next day, right? So I waited about a week and tried a different kind of fucking chicken tenders with buffalo sauce, and the same thing happened. Now I am really into spicy food, and this angers me because I used to love spicy food.
I can
And
just imagine
spicy
Trevor being
food-
like, I'm so angry, fucking shit.
I'm so angry.
You know, I used to love spicy food, and spicy food loved me, and I feel betrayed.
You know, you got betrayed first by fucking shellfish, and now you're betrayed by spicy foods.
I know. What's next? Steak?
Don't say it, Jerry. It will happen. Trevor's gonna end up being like, oh man, I really enjoy popcorn. Oh, I fucking can't have corn anymore.
No,
Oh,
I'm gonna end up a
I like corn
vegan,
really
not
bad.
out of. I'm gonna end up a vegan, not out of choice, out of necessity.
Apparently, animals don't agree with me. Fucking shit.
Screw that. Eat it anyway.
Fuck it. Just send it.
I was This is a very freeform podcast this week because
Okay,
that's
so
how short notice it was. But yeah,
let's get back to the actual story.
yeah,
With PewDiePie using a racial epithet.
yeah. I would say, but like, now that I know this is gonna,
Go into your school.
yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, I normally don't say anyway, but normally when I'm talking to you guys, I'm not afraid
You
to
know,
say
I'm
it,
sure,
like, 'cause
James,
it's
that if
not
we
gonna
got you an
insult.
F, everyone would be very happy for what we did to the grade curve. You know, making it easy to pass that class.
I actually fucked up a grade curve last semester for everybody else.
Oh boy.
Because that was the only one
What-
that got a question right on a quiz.
Me and Bracken are considering completely destroying this private server's economy.
Are
It'll
you?
be glorious. Yes.
Oh
So-
boy, what? You mind telling them exactly what you're doing?
Fucking on WoW on a private server. By the way, Blizzard, if you wanna sponsor us,
James likes free shit.
You
Give
know,
it to him. He
I
wants
don't play any of your
Overwatch.
games, but I will talk great things about them.
I'll make him play
That's
your
a lie. I
games.
play one game. I play Heroes of the Storm.
That's because it's free. That's the only one you have.
So, yeah, PewDiePie decides,
He said the N word.
yeah, he dropped an N-bomb for no reason.
I mean, it
very
was
stupid.
provoked.
It was not how was it provoked?
Have you watched the video for context? His
I did
fucking
watch the video for context.
yeah, and the fucking asshole he was shooting went over and shot his friend while he was down before he
could have called
died.
him an asshole.
He did,
Easy.
and then he go, yeah. I mean, honestly, by freaking out of you saying that word is so bad and awful, you're giving the word power.
Is that like giving
Honestly.
Hitler power?
All
I
I'm
mean,
saying
I
is
mean, I
that-
did it. I did the Godwin's law.
He did something stupid.
Yes,
I'm
I'm not
pretty
going to
sure-
deny that.
I'm pretty sure we all know that PewDiePie is not fucking racist.
Yeah. Where was he
it
from
wasn't
originally?
in
Was it
text.
Sweden or was it Switzerland?
He's from Sweden, but I think he lives in France.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
He's the highest paid YouTuber too. I'm surprised YouTube actually did something against him.
Because they knew the backlash from everybody else would be way worse if they didn't do anything to him.
I guess, but you still have like what, 1 million other YouTubers like that are still saying like the N word.
But here's the thing.
I mean,
Nothing against
If
them.
Alex
Forget, like,
Jones
like-
can have a fucking platform on YouTube, and PewDiePie just drops the N-bomb fucking like an idiot, and he knows he's an idiot, and he's not claiming that water turns frogs gay.
He also claimed that we were in a simulation, Alex Jones. So
That one might have a little bit of because they say.
okay, let's not go back into existential things because we did that the one time.
Oh, I do have a really good existential thing.
Well, let's get back. Let's turn back down the PewDiePie real quick, Jared.
All right.
Fucking
Remind me about
shit.
the existential.
Metaphorical
I'm gonna
dick.
forget. Just give yourself a
Um,
little note.
Oh man.
PewDiePie did something stupid.
Yeah, PewDiePie.
And I think what happened is a company that PewDiePie makes streams videos from.
Yeah.
Or streams their content in his videos. Enacted a copyright strike against him, despite having something in their website that says specifically that everyone's allowed to use their thing.
Uh huh.
I think that it's kind of fucked up to do that, just because, yeah, he's an idiot, right? But
Yeah.
That doesn't give you that doesn't like. I don't think that should give you the right to say, all right, that thing that we said was for everyone. It's now not for you, and you specifically because of this incident.
Yeah, like just a dumb thing, right? Now, I'm sure the way because PewDiePie is not a serious person on videos, right? I'm pretty sure when he was doing this, it was a joke, right? It was just he was using it as like a neutral word, right? It just as a substitute for like
No,
asshole.
he
or...
let it slip it out. He
Yeah, I'm sure he
slip of the
doesn't
tongue.
go to people and like up to people and be like suck and then fucking just yell a racial slur in their mouth. In their mouth sounds more sexual than it should. Can you imagine just going up to somebody just talking into their mouth? Eat them words.
Yes, let me eat your sweet words.
Oh, Dovahkiin. No, yeah, it's when you try to like it falls under free speech technically. Because if you let one half of the population say it and you don't let the other half of the population say it, you're now saying that half of the population is different from you and they have a different right than you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start saying certain groups get certain rights, you're being a racist person.
And that's when we start standing in the middle of the highway, blocking the highway.
Okay, the people who stand in the fucking highway and expect not to get hit by a car are stupid. They are like...
Look, this is like a real
There's
thing that's
so
going
much
on in St. Louis.
better and more fun and hilarious ways to
Okay. When you
be
block
civilly disobedient.
a protest is you're trying to get your message across, right?
Yeah.
The way you want to get your message across is you want people to understand your message, and if they have questions, you need to be able to answer those questions, right? This is important. If you want your message to get through, you have to make sure you know what you're saying, and you can answer questions for it, right? Because if someone goes up and says, "What is this about?" and you say, "Someone's racist," and they say, "Who and why and what have they said?" and you can't answer those things, you don't have a platform or a convincing argument. You're just yelling. If you stand in the road and you're blocking traffic, people who could have been sympathetic to your cause are now, you're an asshole to them because they have to go to work or they're going home or they're doing something. Maybe they had an emergency. I don't know. But now you're blocking the road. And now they hate your cause because they hate you. It's like, it's the worst ways to do something. If you're going to protest, know what you're saying. Do it respectfully because if you're doing it like, if you're just yelling at people hate being yelled at normally. They don't. Why the fuck do they want you like? At work, they get yelled at by their boss. They're getting paid that. They're getting paid, right? They don't fucking care. You're not paying them, right? So you gotta be respectful. Temper tantrums don't do anything. You gotta know your platform.
You mean there's a different way to get your point across than fucking rioting down the fucking streets of St. Louis, hitting out windows and shit like that?
Yeah, when you start breaking public property, or you see somebody starting to break public property, or someone's causing violence.
No, this is like straight up private property. This is somebody's restaurant that they're doing this to.
Okay, well, I mean, same thing. Like, if you're in a group, and there's someone causing violence or like breaking stuff, you need to remove your group from that person. And make sure your group is not associated with the person breaking things or doing violent things. Because one, if you allow them to stay in your group and you do not distance yourself from them, your group now looks like a hateful people who are breaking things. And that you're angry. You need to, if they're breaking stuff and you feel confident that you can restrain them and call the police, do that. Because it's illegal to break shit.
Maybe not. Maybe don't do that.
Restrain them?
If you can, if you feel like you're going to restrain them.
Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, I feel
doesn't mean that you might not be legally allowed to.
Well, one, if he's breaking property and you stop him, that's, like, no one's gonna be like, stop that man from breaking my window. Arrest him. Like, if you are a person who is physically capable of being able to stop a person from breaking or hurting somebody else, right? Breaking stuff or hurting someone else, or if you have your group to be able to stop him, you don't want your group to be entangled with this fucker, right? You need to denounce that fucker who's breaking stuff and hurting people. Because what does that say about your group if you don't do that? Your group is like hurting and breaking stuff,
On the other hand, that same person might still try to be a part of that group. Still, you can't like fucking.
You can kick people out of the group if they're
kick people out of the group, but you can't physically force them to be away from you. Easily or very illegally.
No, but if they're breaking the law by breaking things or hurting people, then you are allowed to physically restrain somebody like that. Okay?
It depends on state.
It depends on state, Chair, but no one's gonna. If someone's beating somebody up and you stop them, they're gonna fucking be thankful that you stopped them from beating them up. And even police will be like, you stopped them from busting the dude's head in. Good job.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to run into a burning building to save a couch, Trevor.
What I'm saying is that you're allowed to stop someone from hurting someone else, but sometimes you're not allowed to stop someone from hurting property. Or there's a use of force or an escalation of force that has a criteria that has to be met before you do that.
Quick question,
all right,
Trevor.
well, go ahead, James.
I was just gonna say, okay, if you give the property owner has all right to stop someone from destroying their property, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If the property owner has a gun, and they're legally allowed to have the gun, and they see someone destroying the property, and they shoot the person, are they within their legal right?
Depends on the state, but most states no, because property is valued well below human life.
So if he sees somebody hitting somebody, and then he shoots them, is he in his legal right?
even then, that's still an escalation of force well beyond what you might want to use, because that person fucking you might be able to just get him to stop by pointing the gun at him and
Right.
saying fucking stop, this is a loaded gun, if you continue bad shit's gonna happen.
Right, verbal warning. Good. Now, Chair, I have another question for you.
What?
If you see a group of KKK members, just walking down the street, they're in their robes for some reason, they're not doing anything, and then you punch one of them, are you within your legal right?
Not at all.
Nope.
And that's the thing I think pisses people off, that you're not allowed to punch people who are racist.
No,
Just be-
you cannot punch Nazis unless they are doing some illegal shit.
Yeah, and people don't like it, but as long as they're not like, if you're spreading fucking like doing hate speech, then yes, you get taken down. Like that's within the legal right of like not the citizens, but I think the authorities, right? Citizens can't remove other citizens from speaking, but authorities can be called and be like, we heard you were talking some, being racist, and you were saying that you want to kill all these people and all that. Then they can remove them. If they're not doing that, where it's hate speech or inciting violence, right? I think that those are the rules with hate
James,
speech.
one thing. There's no such thing as hate speech. Just because they're being a bunch of racist assholes doesn't
Okay,
mean
well,
they're
inciting
causing a
violence.
disturbance.
Inciting
Yes,
violence.
inciting violence. there you
Inciting
go.
violence. That's against the law.
Mhm.
It sucks that you can't be like, oh, there's a bunch of Nazis down the street, fucking saying Hail Hitler and shit like that. But I mean, you can't do anything unless they're like, we're gonna kill all these people, and then you can do something.
As a human being, I would like to gouge Nazis' eyes out and feed
Yeah.
them to white supremacists, and then just
Yeah,
put everyone in a fucking wood chipper or something. I don't know.
yeah.
Right. But as a person that understands
Law.
and consequences, and
Yeah.
the fact that maybe some of these people can change their minds, and a lot of them are actually just people who were fucking bullied and shit all their life, and
Or maybe they were
found, camaraderie in these racist, stupid fucks.
or maybe their parents like taught them wrong, or maybe they just thought they could fit into a group somewhere. Some people are
Exactly.
lost. Because we have to remember that, yes, Nazis are horrible. They're still technically people. Technically.
By Nazis, do you mean
Technically.
by Nazis, do you mean modern socialists?
I mean, they're like,
Dude, that's I have something for this. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's
Yeah.
fucking great.
speak it, you hateful person. I'm joking. Like, oh god. Fucking technically.
Fucking, Republicans, technically people.
You could say that about
Democrats,
fucking Democrats.
technically
Yeah.
people.
You know, technically, 70% of America is people.
The other, they might be dead. I don't know.
Scientologists, technically people.
Did you see there's a show or some shit where like someone saw like it's someone who used to be a Scientologist and now they're talking about all the dirty secrets about him? I wonder how long they'll live. Look, okay, have you heard the stories from Scientology? They are not fucking pretty.
No, they do they try to do brainwashing and shit, man. It's awful.
They fucking succeed with a lot of the brainwashing fucking shit, dude.
Dude, in Florida,
Yeah.
I believe it was. That's where their headquarters is.
Oh, so they're a bunch of old people.
Yeah, women were calling for help for the police. They called the police, right?
Yeah.
The Scientologists, they were like being kept in the Scientology compound against their will.
Yeah.
By the time the police got there, the women had been suppressed by the Scientologists, and the police weren't legally allowed to go into the building.
Shit. This is like some Call of Cthulhu shit, with Scientology. Like the fucking stories, man. I was gonna say something else. I forgot. There was some story I wanted to tell. I forget.
Yeah, except in the Call of Cthulhu, Cthulhu's real.
What do they call it? Like their space overlord, Xenu?
Yeah, Lord
know.
Xenu.
Yeah.
Flying his DC-8s.
You have to pay to be in Scientology too. It's not like a free
Yes.
thing. You gotta pay.
You have to it's like, okay, you need to audit yourself.
It's-
Fucking
And then if like your family doesn't agree with it, you have to like distance yourself from the family and be like, "Oh, you're not my relative."
Oh yeah, totally not a cult that you have to pay to be in.
This is completely a cult.
Scientology is 100% a cult.
What's it called? Germany declares Scientology a cult masquerading or a business masquerading as a religion.
Germany knows what's up.
Yeah, Germany has like progressed so fucking far. They got like this. They have literally the strongest economy in Europe right now.
Do they?
Really, because their energy market right now is complete shit because they went entirely green and they have no way of storing it.
With green energy, okay, here's the problem with green energy that a lot of people forget. With
We
solar
don't have
panels,
battery technology to store it on a
no,
massive scale.
not just that, but like the problem with so-called green energy, especially with like solar panels, it creates toxic byproducts when they create the solar panels. And you lose, because solar panels aren't an indefinite thing. You have to replace them. When they're done, you can't recycle them, and it's just more waste that you have to go dump somewhere because you can't recycle the panels. They're just done. They're used. And so, one, you need space, and two, it does create toxic byproducts. And if you're creating a toxic byproduct by creating so-called green energy, it's not 100% green. It's like hybrid cars. They're not a clean thing because the amount of energy that like power plants put out to do it, it's the same as like burning fossil fuel anyway.
You can get rid of toxic byproduct a lot easier than you can fucking emissions though.
But there's so little to no emissions coming out of coal and coming out of fossil fuels that there's a point where it's actually negligible.
But even still, it's finite how much coal we have. It's finite how much fuel we have.
This is true. There's a town under Pennsylvania where we fucked up and we have a lot of coal burning there now. And that's not even creating energy. That's just a fucking mistake that was in a mine. It was a coal mine, and then the whole fucking it's just on fire. It's been on fire for like near 100 years, maybe. Don't quote me on that. Don't use that as research. It's probably less than 100 years, but close to it. Wind turbines, I think there was a story where birds would fly into the fucking things and they die.
Who gives a fuck about the birds?
Fucking people who care about the environment, Trevor.
People who care about their shit being broken because they're fucking, or because they have to go and shut down a wind turbine.
And wind turbines, they take up a lot more land than solar panels. They're fucking huge, right?
And guess what? It's not windy every day.
Well, no, Trevor. Okay, with wind turbines,
the wind turbines to like keep the birds away, like Sonic shit.
That's just like another thing though, and then like, you might have people being like, "Oh, it could distress the birds or something," and then make them not mate, right, or whatever, right? Like, so you have to. There is one thing that was interesting where birds weren't fucking dying to them. Do you any of you remember Big Hero 6?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I don't think
I fucking hate you all. Anyway, they had these kite blimp things that had turbines in them that were creating energy, right? These are real fucking things. They're an actual idea. And they're easier to do than turbines because you don't have to clear a fucking plot of land, right? Because you just have them anchored somewhere. And they actually create more energy than normal wind turbines anyway because they're higher up.
How did we get from PewDiePie to this?
We went on one podcast we did, we fucking ended up talking about Star Wars crystals. Now we're talking about clean energy and shit and how to save the world.
That's pretty fucking neat. I mean, I hope we all could just ride motorcycles for a living, and that would clean up the fucking environment pretty good.
You're gonna get caught in a fucking thing because it has a wire on it. Like it has to be anchored. And then
that's almost as bad as the Paris conference that wants to like charge the U.S. Basically trillions of dollars to punish us for China's emissions.
That was the Paris Accords, right?
Yes, Paris Accords.
The whole estimation of the Paris Accords was it wouldn't even lower the global temperature by a degree within 100 years. It'd be like half a degree.
That was Obama's green plan, or the green plan, where they basically shut down the coal industry for about 8 years. They shut down the growth of it, anyways, and then they subsidized the shit out of solar and wind energy.
With the Paris Accords didn't really do anything. All it was a bunch of people paying carbon taxes, basically.
Yeah, all
carbon taxes don't fix a problem. Just because you throw money at it doesn't make it disappear.
Yes, it does.
It's like, oh, America, you're doing this much emission. Pay us this much, and then you're free. It's like that's just a fucking rich man's way of getting guilt free. If you're gonna find a real solution to energy, right? Fucking find a solution for energy. Don't pay other people in other countries to be like, hey, yeah, we did this. we do this now.
There are
We're
oil
clean.
companies that'll try and stop any legislation on that, though. It's
Well, Trevor, you just fucking you
Lobbyists
gotta
and
work
shit.
with it. If you keep going against the system, you're gonna have a longer fight than trying to change the system inside, right? You need to, if you want to really change something, you have to, one, work your way into the system and work your way to a position where you can change things. Because
That reminds
remember,
me of
Trevor,
what,
bitching
Doug
only
Stan-
gets you so far.
That reminds me of what Doug Stanhope said about the 1%ers or the 99%ers.
Hmm.
The,
Oh yeah,
the-
that
the-
retarded argument. Yes,
what was that? The Wall Street protest thing where they were in the park.
yes. V for
It was like-
Vendetta.
You stunk up a park for 4 years. You know, I don't know how long it lasted, but he was like, you could have in that time you could have gotten your people on the inside, registered yourself as police officers, let each other know when the police were going to come and do the beatdowns. Have everyone, instead of having everyone stink up a park and fucking do drum circles, you
Yeah.
could have had everyone go to the banks and fill out frivolous loans all day. Because if they,
Trevor,
if they
you
deny
act like people are actually smart.
No, don't you remember the greatest line from fucking Men in Black? People are dumb. A person's smart. Remember? Remember?
I think it was something
Yeah,
along the
man,
lines of a person is smart, people are dumb,
It's the same thing. It's just in
Irrational.
reverse.
dumb, irrational, scared animals.
Basically. Sure, if you ever see fucking somebody scream fire, and then you get like the one person who's calm and can deal with it, and then the other people are like, "Oh my god, there's a fire! I have to go!" And he's gone. Fucking
Calm down there, Jar Jar Binks.
yeah. Well, there's also a thing called mob mentality,
Uh-huh.
right? Where
Yep.
someone does something and then other
Or as
people
like
do
the
it.
socialists like to call it, democracy.
Fucking shit.
Sorry, I just like ripping on them.
You know, that's your right to rip on people. You know what I'm saying? We all have basic rights. Now, sure. Do you want to circle back to PewDiePie?
Daddy.
No, I think that whole situation was fucking stupid.
with how they punished him for him saying a word.
And how he said the word in the first place.
Well, yeah, but like I mean, he's not from here, right? English isn't his first language, right? That word only really matters here, right? If you leave the United States, that word means like literally nothing to anybody else in like other countries in different languages because they might not have that fucking word. So English isn't his first language, and that I'm sure he understands what the word is. I'm sure he gets it. I'm sure that he also doesn't care. He just sees it as a way to joke.
Joker, he's just mad.
That
so it's
that
another way
the
of
word
calling someone an
originally
asshole.
came from the word Negro, which was what? The word for black in
The Spanish word for black? Yes.
Yeah. And so, I mean, to make a word not racist, you have to first just not believe it's racist.
I mean, that's as bad as
What? Yeah, like Panda said earlier, when you give a word power and you fear a thing, it's more. It makes it bigger than it is. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Doom, you got a story?
So, do it with Dan bought a Ninja H2. That's pretty fucking dope.
A Ninja H2.
Heck yeah, man. 1000cc superbike. For no reason other than fucking Ninja H2, man.
Who's a Ninja H2?
It's a motorcycle. It's literally one of the fastest bikes in the world.
And you
But it
bought
was
it?
the Hayabusa
So,
was
do
the.
it, Dan.
Who's Duopan?
I'm done here. Fuck you
Okay,
guys.
like you came into this. I know about a bunch of other stuff. I don't know cars.
Do it with Dan's a moto vlogger.
Yeah, that's why I never heard of
I
it.
think he's upwards. He's close to 1 million subs now.
Oh, good for him. I have 65.
And
Yeah, I'm almost
As you
there,
can
right?
tell, you're the pinnacle of YouTube popularity.
Yeah, well, I also don't upload enough to be like as popular as other people, right? I'm too busy trying to do other things like live a social life, or trying to. I'm trying to be social nowadays. I know it's weird. It's a weird concept for me.
So that's why the kids don't know your name anymore.
Yeah. Fucking
Come-
shit.
Come
Is
here,
that all you
Bobby.
had?
Call
Was
me
that-
daddy. Yeah.
The bike?
Pretty much my entire stories were making jokes about the riot in St. Louis. That have been going on for like 3 days now.
What's the rights about?
Happened in like 2011. Some white cop shot a black guy after a high-speed chase.
Oh, so he was basically committing a crime, and
Yeah. Committed
Ca-
a crime, got shot, officer's fault, and they ruled the officer innocent.
Well,
Did the guy have a weapon?
What?
well, he was
The
speeding
black
away
guy-
from a cop, which is already
it's,
very
it's a
illegal.
crime, but no,
There.
there's if a cop feels that his life's threatened, he's allowed to shoot. I remember watching it was Cops, where the guys start to roll a vehicle towards a cop, and was after a high speed chase. And he started to roll the vehicle towards the cops, and they shot him. This was a long time ago. When it comes to police, just fucking, you're better off doing what they say than trying to fight that.
Yeah, because
If,
odds
if,
are that
if
once
they
you go
do
after 5
something
minutes-
that's unjust, bring it up after the encounter. You're allowed to you're allowed to get their badge number, right?
Yeah.
You're allowed to get their name. If you have a problem and you feel like you were treated unjustly, bring it up with like higher ups. Don't be like bitching talking, like don't talk like bitch talk them or whatever. Don't be like fuck you. Don't like disobey the cop, because then you're aggravating the cop. 2, he thinks you have something to hide, right?
Yeah.
And like 3, if you speed off or some shit like that, you are now breaking the law. You are a criminal.
Well, like I was riding a buddy's bike, got pulled over on it, and I was speeding. I'll be honest, I
Right.
should be in jail right now
Yeah.
for how fast I was going. And just because I pulled over and was honest with the cop, got off with a warning.
Yeah, like I understand that there are some bad cops, right? There are some corrupt cops who don't care and they'll do what they want, right? But when
yeah,
when
I'm just
you
quoting that
judge
from the last
one,
Rick and Morty episode.
when you judge one by all, you're now creating a problem. That doesn't necessarily have to be there. You can't say every cop is racist when that's clearly not true, especially since there's a great majority of cops who are of different ethnicities, and they're the ones arresting the ones of the same race and or doing these things, right? Like they have a stressful job, right? Like if they're on edge, you have to remember that sometimes people pull guns on them. Sometimes people pull knives on them. You know? It's a hard job. And it's like when a crime happens, who the fuck do you call? A cop.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, not the new ones though.
Not the new ones.
But at the same time, there are cops that are shooting people that are fucking unarmed for
Like I said,
Very minor
Trevor,
offenses.
there are bad ones, but remember,
You know,
like
just because someone commits a crime are minor offenses. Can you get executed for chilling weed? Can you get executed for speeding?
not in this country. But
Then-
Trevor,
A lot.
Um,
wait, real quick,
that's
just
North
let me
Korea.
respond real quick. A lot of these people say, these cops will say, at the end of the day, my job is to get home. Your job is not to get home. Your job, it says it on the side of your fucking car, and on your badge, it is to protect and serve.
yeah,
And
or
what's your
serve and
badge
protect.
shaped like?
Sometimes they have different
Your
ones.
badge
That
is shaped
means
like
that
a.
cop was wrong for killing
Yeah.
Michael Brown a couple years ago, aren't you?
You're,
Wasn't Michael Brown committing a crime at some point?
He assaulted the cop.
Yeah, that's what I
if you
thought.
assault the cop, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They're
perfectly
like
fine,
when
yeah.
you defend criminals who actually were assaulting cops, you have a problem.
But-
There, like I said, Trevor, there's
The-
bad cops. Like there are bad
Didn't
cops,
they
but you
burn,
can't
like,
judge
half
every
the
cop
town?
because
Ferguson
there are
died.
bad ones. You know
But
what I
the
mean?
badge on their chest is not a gun. It's not a baton. It's not a taser. It's
The
a shield.
But you know what? I've seen Captain America and his main weapon's a shield. And I'm fucking just saying, Trevor. It hurts. JK, I know what it means, Trevor. You're supposed to protect. And like I said, there are bad cops, but we can't judge every cop on the ones that are bad. You know what I mean?
No, but we keep on letting them off. That's the issue.
We have,
can't
well,
let
I
it-
mean,
it
obviously
pops
we
off.
have to look into like departments, find these cops that are obviously just beating people or killing them or whatever, and remove them of their duty, and maybe have a stricter mental exam for cops. Maybe we have to up the cop recruitment process. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. You don't hear about this in fire departments, right? You don't hear about them being like they just left somebody in the fire.
No,
Right?
because
That's how you really
firefighters
get
don't-
fired, though. Like you left somebody in the fucking fire. It's like,
because
yeah, but he had a
firefighters don't
bag
kill
of weed.
criminals, that's why.
He had a bag of weed. They don't fucking care. You save him. Fucking shit. Now, Trevor,
Yep.
what do you think if the North Koreans had a proper police force and they had a badge, what do you think the shape of their badge would be?
The golden face of Kim Jong Un.
They have fucking tourist
Wait.
attractions, Trevor, and their
With
people are
crystal-
starving.
With crystal eyes that have that weird fucking facial recognition thing, or have the weird ass way where they're how the eyes are or whatever.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about? Where you walk past the painting and the fucking eyes follow you.
Yeah,
That shit.
yeah.
Uh,
That'd be fucking funny, dude.
is that how the badges are gonna work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cops also don't have cars, by the way. They have scooters.
To be fair, how is that gonna work if the badge is sitting at about 5 foot when I'm 6'3"?
They,
The eyes look up at you.
yeah. Dude, I feel bad for a lot of people in North Korea. Like, it
They can't reach the
sucks.
top shelf.
They can't reach. The
I
top
think reaching the top shelf is the least of their problems in the concentration camps.
shelf. That's called a country.
Not concentration camps, work camps. That just so happen to maybe end up killing you.
I
Yeah,
like
but
how
they also take you and do scientific experiments on you for no reason.
I like how they have like these big hotels and these big amusement parks, but they have like zero tourism. When you go to North Korea, you have a guide. You cannot leave that guide. If you leave that guide, you are going to get arrested.
And you will never see your family again.
You
alive.
better hope to God that that guide isn't the opposite gender of you and has to use the restroom.
Why? What would happen then?
Well, you're away from your guide now, aren't you, Trevor?
Just go into the restroom.
Now you're in a restroom that they don't agree with.
Well, that's their problem.
Well, you're in a concentration camp now, Trevor, so I guess it doesn't matter, does it?
Yes, but you were with your guide.
It doesn't matter. You went into the wrong bathroom. You think
Why
North
am I
Korea
arguing?
cares
This is
about
North
your
Korea.
preference?
Yeah, this is North Korea. You can.
Yeah,
Oh,
you,
man.
you think they
It's
care
like
about your
India, you just
preference?
shit in the street.
This isn't America where you can like you can have a different preference. This is North Korea. They're very much going to like possibly execute you.
North Korea knows your preference.
They give it to you at birth. It doesn't matter if you agree with it or not. They give it to you. Sure, you grow up, you're a big muscular man. You are a woman. What? But I have a penis. You are a woman. I guess I'm a woman. Fucking North Korea, man. I don't know what their accents would be. If I try to do one, it's going to be a really bad, like, Asian one.
Well, the difference between the North Korean accent and the South Korean accent is that
This one
South
sounds
Korean,
like you're being beaten.
No, South Korean sounds like North Korean just with food in your mouth.
Fucking. Oh my god. Fucking shit, dude. Panda, do you have a story?
No, I
Finally,
don't
they're
think
full
so.
piece of shit.
You think you don't have a story?
I think I don't have a story.
Okay, let's talk about the
I don't-
hurricanes.
I could talk about how 12-year-olds in my neighborhood are fucking idiots.
Yeah, go ahead.
And-
Yeah.
Oh, this is a comment, more or less of a story, but yesterday dealing with the fucking middle school kids who just got out and were walking home, being a bunch of assholes in general. It's like, wow. Remember when parents used to beat their kids and
Yeah.
they didn't do that kind of shit to strangers?
What happened?
Yeah. Oh, no, they were just being obnoxious assholes.
What they do? What? How?
They were obnoxious assholes by making fun of each other and strangers that were in the neighborhood.
Okay.
So what a stranger
They were just
walked
being
by
assholes
and would
in
they
general.
scream at them like you're an ugly bitch or something like that?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Just regular
so
tweet
they were
shit.
being very rude to people they didn't know.
Oh my gosh.
It's
That
different.
reminds me-
Yes.
everyone goes through that phase. I remember Halloween.
I
one year,
understand, but
there
you're
was some
supposed
dude
to be
walking around as spam, and everyone, including me, were just like, "Oh my god, I'm so afraid of fucking spam." And I feel like an asshole for that now.
Obviously you can feel like an asshole for a lot of things that we did in our youth. I know I feel like an asshole for shit I did.
I feel no remorse. Fuck all of you.
fuck all you. No, I feel bad because like I threw rocks in somebody's pool, and as like I now I feel bad about it because like I could have ruined their liner and cost
That's-
them money and shit.
That's
Like,
all you
yeah.
did.
That was only one time. I'm not talking about other times.
I put a dead snake in someone's mailbox.
Why?
Hmm?
Why?
Because
Why did
they
you kill
came
that
to
snake?
our. I didn't kill the
I
snake. It
followed
was already dead. It
somebody
was
home
roadkill.
in
I'm
their
gonna
driveway.
torpedo on you. No, but
Anyway, some person,
yeah.
the person that lived there was trying to claim that they owned property that we were doing stuff on, and we knew that they didn't own it. But then they went to our house and demanded, trying to like fucking sue us, and they were doing all kinds of weird shit because they couldn't sue us because it wasn't their property.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I was ticked off at them because I was initially grounded for like 2 weeks before we learned that it wasn't even their property, and they were just like fucking weird, crazy people.
That try to sue for everything.
Yeah.
They're the type of people who gets burned by McDonald's coffee without the warning that says it's hot, and then they sue them for it being hot.
Yeah.
That was legit. That was actually a case. And then they had to start putting the warning that's like, warning,
Actually,
it's hot.
I have a an argument in favor of that case, but not right now because I have to remember it.
Right. It's. But you understand that if something is like deemed common sense, Trevor, you shouldn't have to put a warning on something that's like, if you close yourself in a door and you break your foot, you shouldn't have to be. The door shouldn't say warning may cause broken bones.
Exactly. No.
Right? Like there. It's yeah. It's like there's some people who are really stupid, and like they're the reason we have warning signs on so many things. When you see a warning sign at a zoo, it's not for you. It's for the people who don't understand you don't climb the fucking fence.
What? I shouldn't hop into the lion den?
I shouldn't climb into the gorilla like bin. That whole situation would be
My
great.
Gorilla
nigga,
pit.
Harambe.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but fucking gorilla pit sounds like the best fucking medieval punishment. To the gorilla pit with you.
To the gorilla pit with you. No,
They're just-
sir, not the
they're just
gorilla
like
pit.
six angry, gigantic, fucking horny gorillas beating their chest, just looking at you like you're fucking.
Okay, no. If you put
dead.
if you put 4 beefy gorillas that are horny, they're gonna beat each other up. Because that's the whole dominance thing.
Yeah, but this is the medieval
You have to
times.
dress
They
the
don't-
one
they
person
have
up as a girl
Alright.
gorilla first.
This is
Oh.
what's it called? This is in a medieval town where they have a surplus of gorillas.
Okay, yeah. So you dress the person up as like like another gorilla that is fighting for dominance, right? Like a male gorilla, and then they beat him up, right?
Or you just keep them all in 4 separate cages and then drop the person into the pit and then let them out of let them all out of the cages at once.
Yeah, that reminds me of something from Game of Thrones, though.
There's a show.
Yeah. I started watching Game of Thrones and I finished like all of it.
Well, no, I was talking
Um,
about the gorilla pit.
Oh yeah. What's the gorilla pit from? Is it actually from a show?
No. 4 gorillas one person who is utterly fucked. That's a show.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. That's how we should execute people.
What is-
Okay, I'm going back to it, Trevor. I still think that if we're executing people, okay, there's a lot of money that goes into executing criminals, right? Like, let's make it a spectator sport or something like that, you know? Like, you get a bunch of people on death row, and you do the Hunger Games. What person who lives gets the walk.
Born.
What?
This is how Draven was born.
Look, they're dying anyway for a crime, right? Fucking at least get some money back into it.
I agree that I don't like the death penalty, but if we are going to have it, let's not sanitize it. Let's not. Oh, you're going to sleepy by forever now. You know,
Fucking Hunger
just-
Games
that's
that
all
shit.
All you're doing is making it okay for you to kill someone, because he's just gonna go to sleep. The end result is this person's fucking dead.
I think
whether
it's
or
like
not
they
he
don't
did
want
the
him to
crime.
suffer or something like that. I mean, this dude could have skinned people alive, right?
Yeah,
For all
but
we
at the
know.
same time, I don't think that we should fucking execute anyone outside of.
They're trying to
it
kill
wouldn't
somebody
even,
else.
No,
I've
at the
always
moment they're trying to kill someone else, fucking in war, it just doesn't feel right to me to kill someone who can't fight back.
Who's in a cage?
Yeah,
Well,
basically.
it's like that's why I think that like if we turn it into a spectator sport though, like one, our prisons suck, but two, we like
No, but at the same time, we still do execute innocent people, and that's
yes,
a problem. I mean,
yes,
the only way to not execute innocent people anymore is to simply not execute people.
yeah. We also need to make our prisons a little better, and maybe our justice verification processes a little better. But no, yeah, like we could totally start the Hunger Games with these dudes on death row, right? Fucking, you go in, you get them in a box or something like that. We have stadiums that we could use for it, right? Fucking, excuse me. You give them all a pointy stick or something, say there's other fucking weapons in there. And the person who fucking is the last one alive, he gets to walk. Good for him.
You're gonna let the most dangerous person out.
Well, yeah, Trevor, you know what, though? If he's somebody known for skinning people, you tell him he walks and you shoot him. Okay, Trevor, how about final boss, then? Happy? They have to
Who's
fight a
the
tank.
final boss?
A tank.
A
Your feet
literal
are-
tank.
It's
What is
a
this,
tank.
idiocracy?
No, okay, it's a tank and they're wearing lead boots. Happy? Final boss. If you live through that, then you deserve to live, Trevor, honestly.
That is idiocracy right there.
Yeah. Fucking, it's great. Look, okay. You'd sell so many tickets. You want to end up in the war games? Fucking just commit a crime. Get yourself on death row. You could die. So, aside from Texas being underwater currently, right, Trevor?
Mm-hmm.
They legalized carrying swords, right? Or they were going to, but I think the hurricane hit.
You know, I have to say, I don't feel too bad about that one.
Me neither. I feel like that's kind of cool. Like, you can defend yourself with a fucking sword. Or a spear,
Against
technically.
a tank. Hashtag war games.
Hashtag war games. I'm playing Civ and I forgot to upgrade my dudes.
I thought the hashtag this one was supposed to be like trained seals.
Trade seals. Yeah, hashtag train seals. But you know, it's... God, I want to watch people settle fights, Trevor, with like fucking swords. Dude loses a leg and he goes, "It's but a flesh wound," and then he dies. Like, you're not the Black Knight, guy. You're not immortal. I mean, you saw how little the Black Knight bled, right? Fucking that guy. That guy, man.
I mean, the cherry soda flying out at him was pretty badass.
Yeah. We'll call it a draw. You have no limbs. I'll gnaw you to death.
I will gnaw your legs off.
Fucking. He's that dude. Okay, the Black Knight is the definition of never giving up. Okay, like that fucker. Fucking. I love how Doom's doing what Ian normally does, where he's the quiet one.
Well, we shanghaied him here. He didn't have any say in the matter whatsoever.
He really didn't,
is-
and you know what? I don't feel bad for it at all.
You would. Fuck you, James.
Yeah, well, you know, I
I hope somebody visits you in your sleep and shoves a potato full of rusty nails in your ass.
why is it got to be potato, huh? Is it because I'm Irish?
I'm
You
Irish
racist
too,
fuck.
motherfucker. Don't play that card.
You racist fuck! I'm gonna tell Trevor Sheep about you.
You realize that I'm barely Scottish, right?
You're enough. Ben, are you Scottish or Irish?
British.
Oh, fuck you! Fuck
I
what you
knew-
did to our country.
Faggot.
Fuck what
I'm
you did
also
to
Italian, and
You're not helping your faggotness.
Fucking, I'm also Italian. It's like,
How many
and Russian, a little bit of Czechoslovakian,
kind of fucked yourself over in like a lot of those like heritages, didn't you? Like your forefathers fought each other, right?
Somebody's
man.
gonna have a fun time explaining that one.
I mean, honestly, just from the British Empire, your forefathers have fought almost everybody else.
You know, that's funny because my family immigrated here in the 20th century. Some in the 20s, others in the 70s.
To America.
Yeah, my dad or my grandmother came here, I think, in '68 on my dad's side, and my dad was born in America.
Yeah.
Unlike his brothers and sisters, who were all born in England.
It's the thing is with England, right? They England did rule most of the the free world at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a point where they had this huge empire, and then this little fucking this little area in the New World decided they didn't want to
You
pay
do
taxes.
understand that the only reason America became an existence is because a bunch of assholes were like, no, we're not going to let you represent yourselves because fuck you.
Yeah, if they
and
would have
then,
just let them represent themselves in like
Seriously,
in Parliament,
it'd be a completely different
then
world if what's it called?
England
If,
would still have England would have America.
Yeah.
We would be England.
because England was just doing a couple of dickhead things where they were just taxing everything.
You can blame us for the reason that you lost the country, or you can blame the one guy who said you can't have representation.
Let's be honest. The Indians probably would have just started killing all the British at that point.
Probably. Everything was kind of cool on the East Coast. It's just when you started going west, things started to
Fair.
devolve with the natives.
Let's just don't go west.
Yeah, it's mostly where the west a lot of the shit happened. The east was basically pretty chill if you think about it, like how the history kind of played out. Like the Indians were nice, they taught them how to do stuff, the English taught them some stuff, and then fucking west, and then, there's
Until the
problems.
English started giving, the Indians diseases and shit like that.
I still think there was probably diseases. Let's be fair here. There
Yes,
had to
there
be
were.
This,
They just
this,
were
this is
European.
too big of a continent to be like there's no diseases until the white man came.
That's bullshit right there.
That's super bullshit. Like
There might not have been
Also, the
diseases
fact
till the
that
white man came, but there was no smallpox till the white man came.
Yes, but here's another load of bullshit: is saying that we killed all the Indians. No, they were killing each other long before we came here, because there were tribes. There's just like in Africa, of just ones who just want to rape and pillage. There were tribes
they
like that.
were fighting other tribes. It was for land.
Yeah,
like, to
when
hunt
the,
on,
or
'cause
when
you-
when the Pilgrims landed, you know what happened? They just got smart, so they decided to trade with the new guys. The new guys happened to give them the
the
fucking.
new
egg.
guys had boomsticks.
Seriously, you hand them
You
the
don't
fucking
fuck a guy with a boomstick with a bow and arrow.
Oh shit! You have gold here. Take this boomstick. You can kill your enemies with it.
They're like,
Come
shit, this works way better.
Seriously, and that's how innovation happens.
I mean, they got the better end of the deal anyway.
Seriously. Yeah, obviously, when you're not standing on the other end of a shotgun.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask SK, he's not really too bitter about it, and he's Native American. He's from a reservation. He don't fucking care. I love how
No,
we can.
because it's nice being able to shit inside on a toilet.
Yeah,
Right?
But there's some of those people that they fucking care.
But I mean,
Oh yeah, all 50 people and a handful of SJWs.
I mean, they fought for a long time though. It was a fucking good fight, you know. But in the end, it was technically a war, wasn't it?
It was a war.
It was a war for land, and if you look at any other country, they blew out people before them. There was
James, I
also,
hope
did you
this
know there
one-
was
I hope you realize this video's so getting fucking demonetized.
It was never monetized
You're
in the
acting
first
like
place.
he's monetized. That's
I
funny.
don't. We just talk about things. You know that there were natives here before the Native Americans, right? I think they were called like the. I might be
Wait,
wrong, but they were
why
called
would
like the
this
Clover
video
people.
be not monetized?
Well, in fairness,
Be-
YouTube's being like YouTube has problems with monetizing anyway.
Oh
Especially
no,
because-
no! They have a new bot that's going around, basically demonetizing every video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
What?
It,
Why?
I don't monetize my videos anyway,
Because
Trevor. Then I
they
can say where the
you-
fuck I want.
Because if it's not quote unquote good enough for a 5-year-old to watch, it basically gets demonetized.
They
Wow.
look, I was watching I was
Yes.
watching a YouTube video
Okay,
and
fuck it, I
they
can't
were
talk.
talking about how they can't really cuss anymore because of like they'll get demonetized for it. It's fucking it's stupid. But anyway, there was
Oh,
natives
wait,
here
wait,
before
wait,
the
let's podcast this. Everyone say cunt.
Trevor, you're a fucking cunt.
Trevor,
Now
Trevor, literally every other word out of my mouth in this podcast has been fuck.
yeah. Also
yeah,
like
but people have a stick up their ass about cunt. Maybe it's a stick up their cunt. I don't know.
it's a very harsh word to call somebody. I think that's the thing. That's like the number one thing that you
James,
call
shut
somebody.
Your cunt ass.
You're
the
a
fuck
fucking
up.
cunt. Now, see, do you feel good about yourself?
Yes,
think
you
you
and
made
your
them
cunt
cry.
flaps flopping
Look, I
in the
want to
wind.
talk about the natives slaughtering the other natives. There was a
That's
big
you
land
yourself.
bridge where the people we know as Native Americans nowadays, they crossed from Asia to here, right? Originally. And then there was natives here before, and they killed them. It wasn't their land
But
before.
Indians were red, not yellow.
Isn't it fun how you can say no man can own land, and then when somebody else takes your land, then you say that was my land?
I know, right? SJWs.
Like what?
It's
Okay.
like saying that there's no such thing as specific genders. That gender is a social construct, and then saying there's a male and female brain.
I wonder how many people at school are gonna hate me.
Oh, they don't hate you yet.
Well,
Look,
It's not like you're not talking to 3 conservatives, 2 conservatives, and then a liberal.
this is true. This is
tank
very true.
wheelies, bro.
Did you say what?
Dank
Tank
wheelies.
wheelies.
Oh, I saw someone doing a wheelie yesterday at my grandmother's. Look, like I mean, a podcast right like this is very much. If you're going to get upset about words, right, you're gonna have more problems in life than you really would have, right? If somebody wants to go by a different name or like pronoun, sure. Just don't expect everybody in the world
To play
follow
along
that.
with your delusion.
There's people who aren't gonna do it, you know. It's just you can't expect people to follow something that's not the norm, right? Like if someone says I'm an Apache helicopter, I'm never gonna refer to them as the Apache helicopter. I can't do that. I don't understand.
Oh, what if I identify as the dankest wheelie of all time?
I probably will never. I won't even remember it. I'll probably just end up using your name if I don't know what pronoun that you want,
easy.
and you'll be
Here's
mad.
the easy solution to that. You call everyone dude, gender neutral.
Remember when there used to be dudette? Whoever used that?
And then it turned into
In
bruh.
the 90s.
I think I used that once in my life, Trevor. Dudette.
Oh, whoops.
Were you thinking of
Fucked
something
up.
else? What happened, buddy?
Forgot bandage sauce is fucking Q, not E.
Dude's playing fucking League of Legends while we're fucking podcasting. Fuck.
Dude, we're still playing League of Legends. Just be quiet about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, as long as it's not my audio
Entire
that's being
time.
destroyed by, right? But no, like,
We're
Oh,
a
God.
fucking
Yo,
head
yo,
shit here.
James, I got
Coming up your
something.
dumb
what do you
cunt.
got?
North Koreans to
Yeah.
Kim Jong Un, technically people.
that's the one that you were trying to circle back to. You finally got it?
That's one of the things I could have said.
What was the existential thing you want to talk about? Like, since
Oh,
we're already so far
There
down
we
that
are.
fucking hole.
Okay. So, grab onto your fucking hats here, people. This is, or just the 3 of you that watch this.
Yo, there's at least 4.
Okay.
You know,
So,
fucking.
if
have to put a trigger
you
warning.
if you were to teleport
Yeah,
In the scientific sense of the word or whatever,
like Star Trek.
all of your atoms are destroyed and
Yeah.
reconstituted in another place.
Yeah.
Are you the same person?
Dude, I've had this fucking crisis before. It makes me terrified of teleportation because it's like, am I me with my consciousness right now, who I am?
Is
right?
your consciousness destroyed? Does your consciousness even still exist? Do your memories
Like-
still exist? How are they stored?
Like
That's probably
it makes
more
a
of a-
carbon copy of you, basically, right? And there was an episode of Star Trek where there were two Will Rikers, right? One that got teleported and one that didn't.
There was
right?
also one with two fucking what's his name's the big guy Kirks.
Yeah, where one was like
Evil.
was evil and one wasn't. Yeah, and it's like it was this whole thing where they were both William Riker. They both had the memories, the feelings, and everything, right? They were both William, but which one is William? Which one was the original? Does the original even exist anymore? There was another Star Trek one where it shows the point of view of someone being teleported, where they're teleported, it's white around them, and then it comes back, and they're the same person. If it's basically pushing you through a dimension, right? Like how Nightcrawler teleports, where he goes through a different dimension briefly, right? That would be fine. But when it destroys you, it's basically killing you for an instant. You die, right? You're atomized.
I wanna
Exactly.
die.
And it's this whole thing where if teleportation was real, I
Put a pin in
feel
it,
like... What if you were recording something, right, Trevor?
Mhm.
And you put the camera in the teleporter and it teleports, and then you could see if there was a point, what it looks like before it teleports, right? Because if it's atomized, it's not going to still be recording, right? Or if it does, what does it look like, right? And it's this whole thing where you could get fucked, you know?
And if for whatever reason there's someone with the same exact consciousness on this earth as you, right?
Yeah,
Same
which is
consciousness.
basically
They're in a
you.
they're in a white room experiencing the world as you're experiencing now, and you die,
Right.
and they are suddenly thrust out into the world.
That's really weird. You know? It's something to think about, and that's why there's some characters in Star Trek that don't like being teleported. They will only take a shuttle. Luckily, Star Wars, no teleportation, just shuttles. No saying?
Faster than light travel.
What? Faster than light travel?
Yeah, hyperspace, man.
Yeah, they're like
All I gotta say about this conversation is wubba lubba dub dub.
wubba lubba dub dub. I fucking saw the most recent episode, and I saw the preview for the next one,
Oh my god.
where it's like they're doing Morty's like experiences that he took away or something for the next one.
I like how there's a fan theory
just-
right now that the new Morty president is evil Morty.
It is him.
It is evil Morty.
It showed
He
in the
uses
end.
Plays and everything.
It showed in the
It's-
end. They had pictures of him with the eye patch before and after.
Yeah, it is evil Morty.
Do people not watch the end credit last
I
bit?
haven't even seen the last episode because I've been fucking working on homework all week.
It
Thank
doesn't.
you.
It doesn't follow the main Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts off with the main Rick and Morty,
Yeah.
and then it ends with
Hey-
them talking about Mermaid Puss.
Yeah, well, I mean, what we just said though, Trevor, it's not really that big. Like it kind of makes sense. Like you get it. But no, it's actually a fairly good episode. We didn't really break most of it. It's just Panda was calling it a fan theory because people don't watch until the very end of the fucking show, apparently. Like, do you remember the episode where Summer was touching one of Rick's machines and she became a giant and inside out at one point?
Yeah, Boobia.
Yeah, and then fucking Beth frees those people.
If you watched it on Netflix or Hulu or something, it will skip the end credits for you. You don't get it. You don't really get a say in the matter.
Oh, I don't watch it on that.
Is Rick and Morty on Netflix?
I mean, it's also on YouTube.
So wait, they don't.
Free.
Netflix doesn't show you the very end scene after the
It doesn't
credits?
show you the end credits, even though it's
Oh
like
my
a
god!
30
But normally it's nonsensical where it doesn't really matter. But
But
sometimes
White
you
people
get.
renovating houses, guys.
white people renovating houses.
Houses.
Oh my god, the new episode of South Park is awesome.
Fucking South Park.
Was it the very
would
end
make a
credit
meme
scene for
about-
that episode, or was that just the end?
What? Which-
Rick and Morty with evil Morty.
Yes, there was. They were talking about mermaid puss.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
credit scene. But like, I mean, yeah, I don't know why it's called a fan theory when the episode confirms it. Do people not watch the whole episode?
I don't know.
Like, how do you get, like, that's like being like watching like you watch one episode of Game of Thrones. You're like, I have the entire like everything plotted out. I know how everything ends. Which one of you has watched Game of Thrones?
I don't think any of us here watch Game of Thrones.
Fuck you! While I started watching, it's a great show. So there's a story from the
Yeah,
guy who
sure.
plays
Oh wait, no, you guys get that reference because that's a local radio station.
yeah, we don't live in Missouri.
Good old Shags and Trevor in the
Thank
morning.
fuck.
Yeah, so there was
Just because we try and burn down one of our major cities on a fucking nightly basis doesn't mean anything. Looking at you, rioters.
look at you, right?
No, I'm
Like,
just
don't watch
allergic,
this.
The same guys that make League of Legends.
I'm just
So-
allergic to rednecks.
You live in Jersey,
It's okay.
though,
We're,
and you have to deal with
we're,
Benny's.
yeah, rednecks are
And it's
allergic
okay,
to
they're
ignorant
allergic to
liberals.
your retardation as well.
Trevor's allergic to Benny's. There was a
I
story
have
where
my
they,
Benny hunting permit.
yeah. There was
I don't need a hunting permit north of the 46th parallel.
So there was a story with the guy who plays Jon Snow, right? He was speeding. He understands that he was speeding. He gets pulled over by a cop. The cop talks to him, and then he's like, he wants to know something, right? He wanted to know if Jon Snow was going to be alive in the next season, right? Is he in the next season, right? And I mean, if you're not caught up to Game of Thrones, I mean, this was like several seasons ago, so I mean, you already know. But no, he goes, he's in it, right? And then the fucking cop goes, "On your way, Lord Commander." Fucking, like, he got off of it because like he had the right answer for the cop. All right, so we've been doing this.
That sounds like a blatant abuse of authority.
I mean, he fucking like he let him off with a warning. He's allowed to do that. He doesn't have to do paperwork. I mean, sure, okay, you're a cop. You
Yep.
pull over one of your favorite character, like someone who plays your favorite character in a show. What do you do? He was
Buddy,
just
hope you find your dad.
he was just speeding a little bit, right?
Like
What do
how
you do?
We've just made that a meme.
Whatever standard protocol is to do in that situation.
All right. Is your equipment officer watching this, Trevor? Is he listening? Trevor, why don't you become a security guard?
Hmm?
Why don't you become a security guard somewhere, like in a casino or some shit?
Well, I have the license, but the casino's like 30 minutes away. Fucking, they want me on for 12-hour shifts, and I just can't do that.
Right. Can you drive out of state yet?
Not till January.
Oh shit, man. Really?
Yeah.
Wait, how does that?
Not for
how
a year.
does your guys' license work?
That's him. He's Jersey.
We have to go and take a test and stuff for it.
Do you have
Here.
to parallel park?
Yeah.
Riley didn't
Yeah,
in
I mean,
Florida. You don't have to
everybody
parallel
has
park.
To go take a test for it.
No, did you know in Florida they don't have to parallel park?
What?
Yeah, and Riley had to do a 3-point turn. Like the easiest fucking thing to do in the world, a 3-point turn. Do you know how stressed I was to do parallel parking on my fucking day of test because I'm so bad at parallel parking? I don't think I could do it now.
We have to parallel park, but we have to do it in 3 motions or less.
Well, I was told that, right? But you're allowed, I think, 1 pull up and 1 back, right? And he let me fix it. I think I got him in a good mood.
I mean, I have parallel parked like 20 times now, and each time there was not a cop there just like, you have 3 motions.
Yeah, because
Go.
in real world they don't fucking care.
Yeah, they don't care. Just get in your fucking parking spot and go on about your.
It's like as
fucking
long
day.
as you're not over the curb or like smacked up against somebody and damaging the car, they don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Once again,
Or
we
in front
learned
of a
why Trevor's
fire line.
So fucked up in the head because he lives in New
They
Jersey.
do care though. Whenever you go flying by them doing a dank ass wheelie, they will pull you over for that.
Unless
I
they're on a
think you're
motorcycle,
finding the
meaning
worst
those are the
Missouri
same
cops.
language.
Like,
No,
You know-
even if they're on a motorcycle, they do not give a shit. Trust me, I've learned.
I have never been pulled over by a police officer.
you better knock on some wood, Trevor.
He says that he's gonna get pulled over as soon as
The fucking like police officer pulls up to his window. It's like, I see your house was going a little too fast there.
I've been pulled over by cops a lot, but I've never gotten a ticket.
Oh, you showed him some nip.
No, I'm just honest with the cop. I ain't got nothing to fucking hide.
You
Search
see,
the car.
what I do is I just don't break any fucking moving violations in the first place.
Yeah, that's your best bet, to just try and follow the law.
Ah,
So-
fuck it.
We've been talking for about an hour and 15 minutes.
I have fucking cancer from talking to you all this long.
Well, you do it normally, so there's that, right?
Call me Daddy, Master Yi.
Fucking.
Oh, League of Legends.
All right, so so let's say goodbye to everybody
Kill
now.
this
So
fucking tower, you ignorant fucks.
before Doom goes crazy with his game, because he's on a game doing this.
Oh,
Thank you all
God.
for listening and joining us for Dangerous to Society. Obviously, you can get the name by what we've talked about and how little we care.
I don't give a fuck.
If you enjoyed it, fucking hit the like button.
Dum-dum.
Maybe the subscribe button. Maybe hit that bell so when I upload, every blue moon, right? Where I also upload these on SoundCloud, and then,
Fuck you.
fucking it deletes the last one, apparently, because SoundCloud's a piece of shit. If SoundCloud sponsors me, then I'll talk nice about SoundCloud. But until then, fucking,
Sponsored by Blue Moon Beer.
Blue Moon Beer. All right.
Sponsored by Pat's
Don't
Blue
forget to
Ribbon.
like, comment, and subscribe, and go ahead and sponsor Audible.
Sponsored fucking Audible. I don't care about Audible. Fucking sponsor me first.
Drop in the comments that you're gonna follow Panda home and shit all over his greasy ass nipples.
Remember, like a trained
Sponsored
seal.
by termites. Actual
Sponsored by
termites.
termites. By actual termites. They pay us. They pay us a lot. All right. Remember, trained seals love lines, and see you all next time. Bye.
Wubba-lubba-dub.